guys open for a reply from Bance, see if he drops in. Starting to record. Right. This is episode 1 officially of Work the Left Side Underground. Joined by James Richards, Ryan Palmer, and Mick Connolly.
Hello.
3 of your 4 hosts for the Underground. I'm here this week just because they're talking ECW, and there's no way I'm going to miss that show. So I won't be here very often. But yeah, these are the faces that are going to be running the place. So say hi, gentlemen.
Yo.
Hello.
ECW.
Face up runs the place.
Face up runs the place. So we have got the this is basically going to be a retro pay-per-view show with these guys sort of arguing and picking pay-per-views that they want to watch. Mick will probably pick a load of shit ones like Bash of the Beach 2000.
Yeah, I'll wait for that one.
I actually can't wait for that either. I don't like shit wrestling, but
just do a whole series of WCW 2000.
I've the last podcast that I was on, my intro for the guy hosted Classic pay-per-view series. My intro was you can even pick the good, the bad, somewhat in between, or WCW in 2000. That was his own little entity.
I could do that all the way through, though, every pay-per-view, and there wouldn't be one thing that joins up on any of them.
But I'll happily watch WCW 2000. It's just a train wreck in a good way. If you're a fan in 2021, Bash of the Beach 2000 is a train wreck in a good way as a neutral to watch it.
Yeah, I might have to pop up for that one as well at some point. But I did say I would actually watch that one. So, yeah, the first episode, though, we're starting off with a banger. Potentially, possibly, in some opinions, the greatest pay-per-view ever, or definitely within the top 5. ECW One Night Stand, just for its neatness.
He wants to start arguing already.
I had a little thought about this, because this is a special pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And obviously I haven't been a wrestling fan for as long as you lot have. But I know 3 of this kind of special pay-per-views. Just because like the crowd involvement, the moments that happened in it, is the 3 special pay-per-views in my mind are One Night Stand 2005, Money in the Bank 2011, and WrestleMania 17. They're the 3 shows I consider special pay-per-views.
It's never seen Stampede.
Yeah,
I have seen Stadium Stampede. I have seen Stadium Stampede. I can't compare Stadium Stampede of one match to a whole show.
To be fair, it is a main event pay-per-view.
Yeah.
As much as I love Stadium Stampede, I thought it was great, but I can't compare it to a whole show. Compare it to both of these.
No, we're talking Canadian Stampede.
Okay.
The house.
I watched that main event. Main event's pretty damn good.
Yeah, exactly. But it is.
But I can't call it a special pay-per-view.
Yeah, we'll give you that. Well, I'll give you that one. And
I'm talking about the pay-per-view as a whole, and this show is special.
Yeah, no, we'll agree on that one. So we have got obviously One Night Stand. Obviously, this was born on the back of the success from the Rise and Fall of ECW DVD. Basically, it came out and it pissed all over anything WWE had done previously. I think the sales for it just fucking went to the moon, Cameron Grimes style. It was just shocked. So yeah, on the back of that, Vince saw money. RVD, in a probably stoned moment of geniusness, suggested the pay-per-view. Here we are. We've all watched it. And who wants to start us off with the first match?
I'll start off.
I think it wasn't a match to begin with, was it? It was Joey Styles coming out.
Joey Styles comes out, and the crowd are going completely loud. ECW.
Yeah, my first notes is the crowd.
Yeah. You can see this. You can see the crowd, and you can smell the sweat through the screen. It just smells of sweat and beer.
The sweat,
cigarette
the
smell.
beer.
And
It just makes you want to be there. It makes you want to be there.
Saying even though it was an ECW one, that guy who was at every WWF pay-per-view was still there as well.
Vlad.
Is that the guy with long
the
hair?
superfan.
No, the guy with the shaved head and the glasses.
Vlad the superfan. Yeah, he was there, strangely enough. It's bizarre. Looking exactly the same, but really tanned. It's really odd. Without
this wasn't the Brock Lesnar guy.
No, I fucking hate that kid. He deserves a slap.
I've got a update from JJ Vance.
Right, what's he say?
Hey guys, bloody stuck in work as 3 people called in sick.
Ah, shit. Just reply back to him and say, no problems, man. We'll crack on and we'll see you for episode 2.
One of the other guys, one of the other fans is in the crowd as well. The Faith No More bloke. Well, I think it's him. It's definitely a bloke with glasses and long hair.
That's how I feel.
Mick Foley.
You what?
Spit and double of Mick Foley.
He says spit and double of Mick Foley. But, like, yeah, he is. And Mick actually looks pretty young in this as well. And slim. As you got Styles in the ring looking really, really emotional. Styles, he's like holding back tears, and
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I'm a crying. He's really.
He sort of goes, "Oh my god!
Oh my god!"
They couldn't have started off with any other words, really, could they? The ring. That's the first line that had to be uttered. It was the only way to start it.
Yeah. Controversial opinion, potentially, possibly. You might all agree with me, make it look like a tip for saying it's controversial. Joey Styles has got to be one of the greatest commentators ever.
Yeah,
he is one of the best. Yeah,
he did ECW by himself most of the time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was a one-man show. It was only when they put Callis with him, really, towards the end, that he had any help.
I might cancel out that controversy myself. I don't like Joey Styles and Taz.
Oh!
I prefer Styles and Mick than Styles and Taz.
I never.
Is that because one's Taz?
I
don't mind Taz for commentator.
Oh no!
I thought as a duo.
Sorry.
Styles and Foley is better than Styles and Taz. I like commentary.
Taz.
Foley on this is a bit tired though. It's like he's sleeping through the commentary. He's not very good. I don't think was Styles and Taz only on ECW, on WWECW, or were they on SmackDown or something? Because I don't remember them.
It was Michael Cole on WWE. It was Joey Styles and Taz on WWECW.
It was Styles and the King, I think it was, on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taz was on SmackDown, wasn't it?
Yeah, Taz was SmackDown with Michael Cole.
Right, that makes sense. So you got Mick Foley on commentary as well as his broadcast partner.
I like Mick on commentary on this show.
Coming out with his Cactus Jack music, doing all that bang bang, bang bang, all that, all the mannerisms of Cactus Jack.
I liked how you used Cactus Jack's music, not Mick Foley's music.
Yes.
And so there was
There's a lot of issues with, or a couple of issues with the entrance music in this pay-per-view after the fact, like the Sandman, and I'm sure the Dudley Boys, possibly Rey Mysterio and Taz's music weren't correct.
I think
because it's been redone.
I think the Dudley Boys come out to like their raw music or something like that.
Yeah,
I think the Sandman's been.
But I love that music anyway
as well.
I love that music for the Dudleys. Or like that was probably my favourite one of all their music that they had in WWE. In fairness,
yeah, and Ray came out to the 619. It just sounded really weird in an ECW arena.
Oh, they fucking hated him. They hated him for it as well.
They hated the match. To be fair,
they hated the match.
They hated the match.
They hated him. They just sat on their hands throughout the fucking match. And whenever they saw him, he was just boo. Fucking hell. Poor Ray. He got it good style.
Yeah, I'll talk about that when we get to it.
We'll talk about when we get to it. So we've got Lance Storm with Dawn Marie versus Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho's Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
Lance last match allegedly, and
was this his last match? I don't know if Lance Storm had a match after.
Well, didn't he afterwards and done like sort of a leaving tour thing?
Yeah, I saw him in Doncaster a couple of years after that.
Really?
He fought Daniel Bryan.
So he had an upgrade.
Yeah, he went from the Hammerstein to Doncaster Dome.
There's a big improvement there.
There is, but he did fight Bryan Danielson. So I don't know what happened to that kid. But yeah, that's an absolute banger.
D. Bryan versus Lance Storm is a match I can get behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Jericho's music in this, when he comes out to his Break the Walls Down music. Again, this is another. I don't think. I'm sure when I watched this live, that wasn't the music he came out to. It just seems odd for him to come out to that music and not to whatever music he came out to in.
Didn't he come out
originally?
Like the Pearl Jam rip-off in WCW or something like that as well?
That was DDP's music. Well, it was DDP's.
I'm sure it was something like a Pearl Jam rip-off or something like that he come out to in WCW.
It could have been.
It was something. It was somewhat like a grunge band around that time, I think. Come out to, but I love WCW changing one note all the time. Right? Any lawsuits. But WWE were like, nah, that's too close. We'll just dub over that with the worst sounding music ever.
Yeah. It's like they lost all the licenses for all the music that they used in this and just put any old shit on.
Yeah.
Fucking insane. So, yeah, pretty good match. There's loads of arm drags.
It's a great match, I thought.
Loads of submission moves, counters.
That drop kick Storm's back when he got the top turn.
Yeah.
I've got like ECW fans chants on this show.
There's so many chants.
My first one was obviously to Dawn Marie. She's a crack whore.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock me.
He's a crack whore.
And then later on in the match, there was a fuck John Cena chant.
Yes, there was. Yes, and he wasn't even on this show.
Yeah, he wasn't even nothing to do with the show either.
You're a year too early, idiot.
I was just starting going, fuck John Cena. It's almost like they knew what's going to happen next year.
Yeah, they knew next year Cena's going to be there. Like, fuck it, we'll get in there early.
There was a Chris Candido chant as well, so I'm thinking it must have been like just shortly.
I think he did. He shortly passed away before the show. I think I think he was actually supposed to be on the show, but obviously he passed away or something. He was actually posted. Yeah, there was rumors about him being booked for the show.
They wouldn't fork out for Tammy. Poor thing.
She would have done with the money as well for crack. Bail money. So then there's
the back of Storm's head, man. That just got me.
Yeah,
that was the first holy shit chant as well.
What I'd noticed on it as well at some point was Mick Foley trying to really overemphasize the fact that somebody done an enziguri kick. I remember that, and I'm going enziguri, and I'm just thinking, is that how it's said? I don't think it is.
No, I think it went to Joey Styles. Wait, can I call this one enziguri?
Enziguri.
I think I didn't mind that because he actually went to Joey. Can I call this one? Because Joey was doing all the technical stuff, and I think Mick wanted to get involved.
Left out.
Joey Styles all throughout trying to just change things from place names to Calgary. So like Calgary Crab and stuff like that. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Because Lance Storm's doing it.
Speaking of which, the Calgary Crab gets counted into the Wars of Jericho. Lance Storm gets out of that. Jericho counters with the Bulldog, then the Lion Salt, which gets counted in the knees, and then he gets Lance Storm's knees, puts the Walls of Jericho on again. Then Dawn Marie gets up and distracts the referee. Then we get interference by Just Incredible and Jason.
Jason.
I wasn't sure who the other guy was.
I didn't know.
I don't really know ECW.
Jason was the
sexiest man alive. Jason.
But he was just the biggest creep ever and stuff. And that's why Joey Styles was saying hives and
He's
stuff.
got hives, right?
Creepy character was back in the ECW one.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
But the kendo stick shot to Jericho.
Yeah. Landstorm.
Credible wasn't holding anything back on
Come
that.
forward to the main event, and if you think if that had ended after one kendo stick shot, it would have been a bit of a piss take.
But these are technical guys. That's their forte. That's the excuse.
Yeah.
Joey just saying Joey and Mick really about how disappointed they were that it was going to be his last match against his best friend, just trying to sell the shitty finish and everything. So I did like that, the way they tried to sell that over, like sort of fight his best friend, and it's meant to be his last match, and that's how he wants to win. I thought that was quite good.
Lance Storm's first match was apparently against Jericho, so
it was, because they trained together, so they're the first ever match.
Yeah, they discussed that as well, Joey and Mick, about first match locations and stuff like that. And Foley's like, "Oh, mine was such and such," and
yeah, in front of like 50 fans and stuff.
It's Luca or something like that, wasn't it?
Random places. So then there's a video package.
Was it
Pitbull Gary Wolf? I think it's Gary Wolf, isn't it? His name?
Pitbull Gary Wolf.
I always just remember him with the big neck brace on, the big halo thing screwed.
Is that when Shane Douglas?
Yeah. Because he was out for ages with a neck injury when ECW was out originally, when they were doing stuff with the franchise. So I remember him from that. And then it was the ECW Remembers video, wasn't it? Where it was the tribute stuff. Yeah. And I never ever knew Crash Holly was in ECW.
No, neither did I. It wasn't even Crash Holly now. I was sort of watching
Mike Lockwood.
I was sort of watching thinking, Mike looks familiar.
He was in TNA as Mad Mikey, I think. He was briefly in TNA as something like that. Or it could have been...
Very first started then, because that was 2005. TNA started in 2004, wasn't it? So
2002 TNA started.
Was it?
Yeah, 2002. So, yeah, I don't know what he was in ECW.
No, Big Dick Dudley.
Just mention it because he was a hardcore champ. I don't actually think he ever was in ECW. I think he just got mentioned because he died quite recently, and because he was like the hardcore champion within WWE. It might have been an honorary mention.
Obviously, like the main guy in that was Chris Candido, who died recently before the show.
Yeah,
I think Chris Candido was meant to be actually on the show beforehand. I can't remember. I think I heard something like Candido was actually supposed to be on the show in the match, but obviously, I think they put the show on the original date, then it got pushed back. Obviously, in between then and then, Candido died. It's quite sucky. And also, like, if this was this time last week, I wouldn't have said this, but I was surprised they didn't mention Brian Pillman in that video package.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If it was this time last week, I wouldn't have mentioned this. I wouldn't have thought of it.
Put them on there, even after doing research and stuff. No idea who they were.
Yeah, like, if this was this time last week, I wouldn't have mentioned this, but after the Dark Side Win episode, why did they put Brian Pillman on it?
Maybe because he never had an active
there or something.
Never had an active match.
Yeah, just because he just done the promo bits and that was it. It didn't have a match.
It brought eyes to it though, didn't it?
Yeah.
All the fans are thinking, "Oh, is he going to WWF? Is he staying with ECW? Is he going to be staying with WCW?"
Yeah, would that have overshadowed Candido? Because I'm assuming it was a package put together so that they could have Candido come up at the end of it and stuff like that. Had they put Pillman on before him, would that not be a bigger name and more recognition than Candido? Whereas I don't really think there was anybody else really who was a bigger name than Chris Candido who come up.
Yeah, it had original Sheik, but I don't think Candido was even last in the whole thing.
Yeah, he was.
It stopped with that, like,
because when
he was. He was
faded out, all the crowd were chanting Candido.
I got right now because we just finished the show, but
yeah, Chris Candido was the last one.
Yeah. And I think that might be why they wouldn't have had Bill Pillman on there. That's the only thing I can think.
That's a good shout, to be fair. Yeah, I suppose you don't want somebody overshadowing the more recent memory kind of thing.
So close to the actual show as well.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
It was.
What match was after the Remembrance?
It was the
three-way dance.
Which I love because I just love James Mitchell.
Oh,
I love James Mitchell.
Love James Mitchell. I think he's amazing.
It was Tajiri versus Super Crazy versus Little Guido, as W fans known as Nunzio, in a three-way dance.
yes.
With Mikey, James Mitchell, the
There was FBI, Mikey Whipwreck.
Sorry for Super Crazy. He was just there on his own. It's just everyone else has got friends. Him, no.
Super Crazy was busy late that night.
Because it's crazy.
It was at that point where I realised they really didn't have anything for a lot of people who they had there, and they were just absolutely padding it out to have them involved in some way. Which again we'll get to at the end when they just everybody out.
Have you had your 5 minutes yet? No, right, get out. So it's good match, man.
I love that match. What a match it is, though.
Yeah, this was a fun match.
It's unreal. It's just constant. There's just no stopping it whatsoever.
I love the fact that
I remember
two
before
out of the 5 of the FBI are actually Italian. The rest of them are not Italian.
I think Styles even mentioned that.
Italian suppository.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
It's such a terrible joke, but it cracks me up every time whenever I watch that show.
Tracy Smothers is there as well.
I know. I wish
Recently
he
passed away.
danced.
Everybody dies.
But what a dancer that man was.
Is it how he spells thug? T is for terrible, U is for, or H is for horrible, U is for dangerous, and it's something like that. It's hilarious.
That's the best spelling ever. U is for dangerous. Dangerous, and because everyone knows it's spelled with that silent U at the beginning of it.
You don't.
I do also like.
Can't smell.
I do also like beginning of the match. Mick Foley goes, Joey, I don't know most of the moves they're gonna do, so you're good to do this one.
And getting the point across that he tagged with somebody with 2 of the 3 participants stuff, wasn't it? Mike Whipwreck and Tracy Smothers. He tagged with both of them. So he's like, well, I've got to cheer for those and not Super Crazy because they come out with nobody and I haven't tagged with them.
Yeah, anybody who knows the old school ECW shows know these guys tore it up sort of circa 98, 99, I want to say. Obviously started off with Tajiri versus Crazy, and then Guido got into the mix.
Massively underrated as well. Yeah. I always thought he was really underrated and underused in WWE when he turned up as Nunzio as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. The guy could sell facial expressions, everything about it. He could have been used so much more, even just
he
like as a
shitty
manager, man. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that would have worked perfectly. But yeah, these guys, man, they just tore it up. Pretty much like it wouldn't look out of place now. You know,
this was like
go.
This is one of those like you've been given 5 minutes, mate. Get all your shit in, and this is them getting all their shit in within this short space of time. There must have been like 10 moonsaults from Super Crazy.
You got the iconic one as well.
Yeah,
iconic. It is actually iconic with him diving off the balcony.
Yes.
Onto the whole FBI.
Onto all the FBI. So I'm pretty sure there actually is 10 moonsaults in this from Super Crazy. It is an absolute banger of a match, this. They're all getting their shit in.
One of the things that stood for me as well was James Mitchell's nut shot, where it was like he run past and just flicked him in the bollocks. It wasn't even a proper nut shot. It's just like diving past, just going plonk. and I think Mikey must have been injured or something like that for him not to be in a match, because he's proper like an ECW who I would have thought would have had a match in there. He's an ECW original. He was the first like sort of person to hold all the titles and everything like that as well. So for him not to be in the match, not to be in a match or something, he must have been carrying some sort of a knock or something.
I can't remember his name of the finisher, but he did do a stun off the top rope.
The whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper,
that was it. He did do one off the middle rope or something. So if he was that injured, he wouldn't do that. No, to be fair though, but RVD did do a whole thing with ACL.
With genuine knee surgery.
Yeah.
A whole new ACL meniscus. He's does what he does. We'll get into that in a bit.
So yeah, another banging match. So 2 for 2 so far. What's next?
Psychosis and Rey Mysterio.
This match. Right,
I
okay.
weren't a fan of this.
Neither were the fans. Fucking hell. They gave
This
Ray
was
some
very
shit.
slow. This was
It was-
very slow.
Look, a Mexican and going to bingo when he took his off as well. With all
Yes.
on and stuff like that. He looked like a middle-aged Mexican woman.
I remember the fans trying to put the mask on.
Yeah, put the mask on.
And the weird tights that he had on as well, like sort of with the huge flaps down them and stuff like that. It was like,
It looked like a skirt.
yeah, it just looked weird.
Yeah, it didn't click on these guys because they made a big deal about it as well. Like saying, they've had like 500 matches, and they had the feud of the year in like '96 or whenever it was in ECW originally. And this match, man, it just it
You know what this is?
not click.
You know what the hype reminds me of? AJ Shinsuke at WrestleMania. They build up to be massive, and the end goal was a bit. It was good, but if you didn't hype it up so much, it'd be better.
The guillotine leg drop, though, I did love
That
that.
was
That was sick.
That was
sick. The fans
And
appreciated that.
Even they were saying as well how well he caught it because of the flips that come from Mysterio taking it. So I will give them a bit on that. But they did not want to see a 619 at any point, did they?
No, they fucking hated that. They really hated that.
Was Ray hit one of the best West Coast pops I've seen him hit
Yeah,
in a long time as well. He hit it
West Coast
perfectly. And
The crowd didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, the crowd was like,
not give a shit.
the crowd's like, that came from WWE, so go away.
That must have.
That might be nice, but
I've seen him hit
go
that. Even
away.
the first time I watched it, I'd never seen him hit it that clean for a long time.
So clean.
They
Obviously, I think
really fucking hated
The
them.
one on Randy Orton was quite clean at Mania 22, but like, other than that,
Yeah. But yeah, I think by that point, Ray had kind of embodied the whole WWE thing. I think the fans kind of definitely turned on him. He was kind of like the mini Cena.
I think it was more the fans. It was more he came to back to ECW and did WWE moves.
He came back in WWE gear as well.
Yeah. Obviously, the next year he defended the world title in all Rey Mysterio Junior gear.
He was actually called
With the
Rey
world.
Mysterio Jr. in this match, though, as well.
Yeah,
So
It's
it's like,
that first one. The second year, Sabu, even though he had all that gear on, they still couldn't fucking stand him.
that might be because the match ended in a no contest as well. That doesn't really help.
Yeah, it ended quick, didn't it? The following year, the Ray match.
Yeah, he sabotaged
Inaudible.
DDT for the table, and the ref
The
went,
point
"Nah, you're good."
world heavyweight title reign and how many matches he actually fucking won.
Yeah, we won't talk about that championship reign there. So anyway, brighter notes. What's after Reign and Psychosis?
we
Another-
get the SmackDown guys arriving.
SmackDown's come in.
But did they,
JBL.
JBL
fucking-
and his pack.
You get
Angle,
Kurt Angle.
Cabinet.
Carlito, and bloody Matt Morgan.
Matt Morgan.
Who I forgot was even employed with WWE.
Yeah, it was the next one.
Blueprint.
He
it
was
was
the next
proper
Paul Heyman's
today.
second protege.
Weren't the
But the-
Bastions there as well?
They were indeed.
Yeah.
But they,
Bastions were
yeah,
there.
except part of the cabinet. They
Yeah.
were part of the cabinet at that point.
Orlando Jordan. God.
They're all screaming, "You suck dick! You
Yeah,
suck
but-
dick! Fuck
Kurt-
you! Fuck."
Kurt Angle goes, "Your mother told me how."
That's horrendous.
Not
Your
just
mother
that,
told
the
me.
Raw ones come out as well. Does that not show you just how bad the WWE roster was that year when they decided they would be the guys who would go and invade fucking ECW? If they're the guys you turn to, the Bashams and fucking Matt Morgan with his jet black hair and
Let's be honest, though, they got enough heat.
I
He
could
didn't have to.
They-
He didn't have to
It
send
is
the big guys.
SmackDown t-shirt got heat there.
You can just tell, like, the three big heels, just with JBL, Angle, Carlito, along with a few others. Same with Roy, got Christian, Bischoff, Edge. Send them with a few other heels,
Maven.
and they'll get the heat. They'll get the heat. We'll get onto Edge later on, but
Was Eddie Long GM then? I would have loved Teddy Long to have been there.
I would just want to go.
If Bischoff went there, why couldn't Teddy Long?
Because everybody loves Teddy.
Taylor would have gone after the play like the Mike Awesome match, going, holla holla, Mike Awesome, you earned your match 1-on-1 with the Undertaker, and just downgrade the whole match.
And I felt sorry for Gertner. Jesus Christ. JBL should have just tried to throw him off the fucking balcony.
Yeah, it's so fucking terrible.
That shove on him, Jesus.
He goes fucking flying. He really goes.
Not a wrestler. And JBL was like, fuck this.
Yeah, JBL was having none of him. Fucking hell.
Jesus, that was
bloke.
But I did love JBL's speech. I loved the way JBL played his character. Just them saying, 1 block away, MSG, put my name on the... And it's true, at that time, they would sell it out.
Yes.
He played his character perfectly there, in fairness to him. But no, God, poor Joel.
But they do get interrupted.
Yes, that's when RVD comes out, isn't it?
Yeah.
When he stubs his joint out. And it's like, shit, I'm meant to be out there.
RVD says he's the OF's show.
Yeah.
And says him being injured for this show hurts more being on the European tour, missing Booker T's wedding,
it sucks
and
more
missing
than
WrestleMania.
It sucks more than Booker T's wedding, but then he had to have one, which I couldn't go to because it was like, what, the shit wedding, or it sucks more than Booker T's wedding. I couldn't go.
But then he said, this hurts more than obviously the wedding, missing European tour, and missing WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But
then he gives the ultimate. Remember when I had a vocabulary? When I used to say more than cool or whatever.
Brilliantly then as well.
That was tremendous.
Even though Fonzie forgot how long he'd held the title for. 1 year in.
11 months. All right, Fonz, we'll get there. But I bet as well, though, man, people who didn't watch ECW, this was the first time really ever seen an RVD promo.
Yeah.
Where it actually sort of spoke, from the heart, and he actually had something to say, kind of thing. Yeah, loved it. Massive fan of RVD. Always have been.
So between SmackDown coming out and RVD's promo, didn't they do a video as well, a highlights package?
Yeah. Steve Austin was in that.
Jody Styles was like, just do a highlights package, get them off the TV.
Yeah.
And then he's like Dreamer taking the kendo stick shot.
I love that.
Yeah. Sabu breaking his neck.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh. Raven being handcuffed to the cage.
Yeah.
Well. All of that stuff.
9-1 choke slamming Bill Alfonso, which then was when he was the referee before he started becoming the irritating little prick.
I was watching a show in bed. My missus was watching something else completely different on her phone. She looked up on that spot with Sabu breaking his neck, and I was just watching it. She went, I heard, oh! It was on that image of Sabu landing straight on his head.
We'll get to my missus shortly when we get to the main event for her. Jesus. But then Rhino come out on it.
Yeah.
And Rhino looked lean then as well.
He was Rhino jacked.
Jacked to fuck, didn't he?
Yeah. That's before he was lost in catering in WWE, eating cheese snacks and stuff.
Smuggling
crackers.
Stuff.
So yeah, fucking Rhino versus Sabu.
Yeah. Because I know they have Sabu one, but I can't be the only person who really doesn't get Sabu.
I don't.
I'm not a fan of his. I've never been a fan. I've just always thought he's really sloppy. He looks as though, I know he does all the hardcore stuff and everything, but it just looks as though he could injure himself or somebody else at any point. And
he's genocidal and suicidal.
Yeah, I know that. But you've also got to have some sort of fucking respect for who you're in there with and everything.
Because
very sloppy.
This match, at the end of my notes, went, no botches either, so extra half star for that.
Yeah, botch free Sabu match always gets an extra star.
Yeah, it's true.
But on his day, man, when he performs, Yeah, I was again though. I'm old enough to have watched ECW very close
Right.
back in the day kind of thing, man. And the whole thing with Sabu and Taz, that was like storytelling like nothing ever before or since kind of thing. That was unreal.
I remember him being wheeled out with him, and when they used to bring him out in the Hannibal Lecter trolley and stuff like that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because he was that crazy and everything. And because I think there was one match on Foley's first DVD, I think, with the two, where the bottle wouldn't smash. Kept trying to hit Foley on the head with a bottle, and the bottle was a gimmick bottle, and it was end up being a real bottle, and it just clonked off his head about 4 times before it eventually smashed.
Fuck.
And all I remember from that is just the thud noise of the bottle on his head.
Not a pretty noise. But yeah, James has gone for piss break, possibly. So
James has disappeared.
But yeah, Sabu, Rhino, like I said, man, Rhino was awesome in this. Dude was in such good shape. He moved around quick as well.
I think he was massively underused. Another one underused massively.
They didn't know what to do with him.
I could have got behind him being a world champion at some point. 100% got behind him, because ECW, when he first came into that, used him perfectly. They used just an unstoppable machine and stuff like that. And I think it was probably the feud with Jericho that stopped all that when he first came into WWE.
Yeah, which is weird because you think it would have elevated both of them, kind of thing.
I think it kind of stopped him a little, because they kept trying, like him doing the spear through the SmackDown set and everything. But then it just faded out from there and done nothing with him. But again, not so much.
So we get another video package just before the next segment of ECW matches and incidences. Loads of people being put through tables, women getting their asses spanked, their bare asses spanked. Coast to coast from RVD. There's Taz choking out loads of people as well. Taz and Sabu squaring off against each other. Then you get back to the Hammerstein Ballroom, and the Raw guys are being led out by Eric Bischoff. You've got Eric, Edge. Eric gets beer spat at his face, and he's squaring off against the fan. You're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the one everyone was afraid of. They had Maven there.
Maven was there. Yeah.
God, Maven. Poor
Snitsky.
Maven was there with his freshly plucked eyebrows, and
Maven looked jacked as well, though.
Didn't Stars go? Ugh, Snitsky.
Yeah,
and
nothing about William Regal, who was the most probably the actual one who was probably the most dangerous one amongst them all. And no mention of William Regal being there at all.
That was bizarre. That no mention of William Regal. Regal was just sat back, just doing fuck all. Coach, he had what's his face? That look at me, just look at me. I can't even remember what his fucking name was.
Rob Conway.
Yes, Rob Conway. He was former NWA champion.
But again, if you look at that balcony, Jesus, that roster was shit.
It was terrible. Fucking hell.
No wonder they
Tyson
wanted to bring
Tomko.
W back when that's your fucking quality that you've got.
Fucking hell. Ugh. So all them guys getting fucking slagged off, and
I
by
think
the fans.
It's more Edge
but
that
then
Oh,
gets
didn't have
slagged
the
off.
Benoit Eddie match before Bischoff got a microphone.
Yeah.
Which it's Benoit Eddie. And go on, Nick. You said your controversial bit with Benoit, his music, wasn't it?
Here comes Chris Butt and is really mad.
It was a WWE
and is really angry. Yeah, it was whatever. So I don't know. I think that was used up at the time. I'm not sure, but both of them just looked like they were pissed off with each other.
Eddie was pissed off about his nose.
There was something
happened with him. Obviously, his nose started bleeding. And
I think Eddie was pissed because I think Eddie was pissed because he had to lose the match because he recently turned heel.
Yeah,
could have been.
Didn't feel the character benefited from losing, kind of thing. Where
I think he literally recently turned heel against.
He wasn't
Ray.
Tret as a heel there. He was just Tret as a returning ECW guy. He wasn't. They weren't like sort of upset that he was there or anything. So they were happy to see him. So they didn't really want to boo him. So maybe it's because he was out of character and stuff like that. He was trying to be, and that's why he just thought, well, I'll act a dick to try and get them to hate me and stuff. But wouldn't.
No, I've read somewhere, I think it was on his own, that there's something about that match bothered him, bothered the both of them. It was a good match, but it was.
But
nothing didn't click for me in this match. Something just didn't click.
Something wrong with the two of them in that match because they were like genuinely pissed off.
I think it's more Eddie than Benoit. I think Eddie had to lose the match after recently turning heel. You think his character play affected it
because of what happened with the whole Benoit thing as well.
It's so sad. This is their last match together.
The dive and headbutt. Every time I see him do the dive and headbutt now, since that's happened, I'm just like sort of, oh god, no. I think I've done about three classic pay-per-views with Benoit, and each time, I think I said to Palmer once, I hate the diving headbutt. But if you look how many people have been fucked up from it, Dynamite Kid was fucked from doing it.
Yeah.
Even plays recently as Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Simple.
It's a shit looking move as well, though, to be fair. I just don't see just don't do it, man. It's just like, you've headbutted his shoulder. Awesome. It's not going to get a 3 count.
I always thought it looked better when they just sort of done the one where they just sort of fell, as opposed to the one where the actual dive.
Yeah.
What was like the swan fall thing? It always looks better that way, but I just don't.
It's still just a headbutt to the shoulder. You're not going to get a 3 count from a headbutt to the shoulder, man.
If I get into a scrap, that's not my go-to move is to headbutt someone's shoulder. Like, I'm not going to
lie. The crowd aren't into this match either.
They're more focused on the Edge.
They're fucking slagging off the crowd. The Raw guys. You screwed Matt.
No, like, they're not focused on the Raw guys. They're focused on Edge because they got "I fucked Lita" chant. There's a Lita has herpes chant. They're
fucking vicious.
The Raw guys. It was Edge.
Well, I think.
But they're not focused on the match at all, though. They're preoccupied with all those guys.
Which, if you look at the two guys who are in the ring, they've just both come off world title reigns as well recently. You should be focusing on them too.
That could have been what pissed them off as well, to be fair. That might have escalated it. You know, the fact that the audience...
It would piss me if I'm there doing my job and some guys in the crowd getting all the attention because he fucked someone.
Yeah.
Fucking... just not paying attention is just outstanding.
I think this was during that period where the whole Matt Hardy Lita Edge thing did start going public.
Yeah, because they just fired Hardy.
I think it was
fired Hardy on the back of it.
It was smack in the middle of like when they had the Matt and Edge feud, wasn't it?
That's before that. It's before
Matt was sacked. Matt was sacked.
This is when Matt was fired.
Was he?
This is when Matt was still fired.
Wasn't the company at the point.
So I think this is quite early into the whole thing. I think Matt's recently been fired. The whole thing started coming out of Edge and Lita.
That's why Heyman sort of says Matt freaking Hardy kind of thing, because it's kind of like, the fact that he's even dropping Matt's name is like, oh shit.
Yeah. We'll not get into Heyman's counting.
I got 2 words for you. Matt freaking Hardy.
And they're all there just going, that's right.
No, it's Edge
no
going.
wonder the company went bust.
It's Edge.
And he can't count fucking 3.
I don't mind that because Edge literally went like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he realised what he's saying.
He got the V1, didn't he, for the 3?
Yeah.
We sort of went 3. Oh.
But yeah, so we get the promo obviously after the Eddie Guerrero. Well, you get
there was another video package as well, I think. I'm sure there was another video package as well before.
It was more ECW moments, weren't it?
Yeah. Which by the time that one finished, I realised it didn't have a single moment past 99. And they went on to 2001. So there was no Jerry Lynn, there was no Rhino, nothing that I could remember. Anyway, there might have been possibly one bit of Rhino spearing like Sandman's wife or something like that. But apart from that, I don't remember there being a single moment from past 99.
So you talk about
I
the
think
Paul Heyman promo being there.
you get Joel. It's Joel back with the Raw guys. So
God bless him. He's
Joel comes back.
Baby L.
He goes to Eric Bischoff. I just want to ask you one question. I'm going to ask you straight, and he's really, really serious. Can I have a job? Please, can I have a job? I'll do anything. I want to.
The Bischoff just goes and
hold this fucking beer. You're a piece of garbage like all these fans. I'm the best GM on the planet. He calls the fans scabs for some reason. Are they all on strike or breaking the strike? Tells Joel, you suck, and all these, and ECW sucks as well. Throws his beer all over Joel.
The most ridiculous franchise in wrestling and stuff like that. Monday Night Raw. SmackDown guys must have been sat there going, "Hold on a second." Fucking prick, we're on the same.
We're on the fucking same team.
Hey, WWE, you bell end.
Then you get.
But next we have something special.
Mike Awesome, Masato Tanaka. There you go.
Oh my god, this match!
Do I love this match?
It's
This
so
match
many
is
issues.
one of my favorite matches of the time.
There's so many issues, but my god, it is
Commentary, fucking headshots, chair shots.
This is one of my favorite matches of all time. I love this.
When I watched it the other day, it's better than I remembered.
It's one of my favorite of all time as well, but it shouldn't be.
It should have been. It should have been, but it's so good. So good.
But look at what's gone on since and what's come out since. Yeah. We should not be praising this match, but
that Joey Styles line is a bit iffy.
Like Jesus.
For some reason, all the Raw guys turned their back on Mike Awesome as well. I think that may be a lingering WCW thing, which is a lingering WCW ECW thing for Joey Styles as well, because he never shuts up about it during the fucking match. Get over it, Joey. Fucking hell. He never gets over it.
Oh, Joey, don't look back at what you've said as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome does a suicide dive, a lovely suicide dive as well. Let me get him that. And Joey Styles goes, a suicide dive? Shame didn't take his own life with it. I was like, oh.
2 years later.
2 days later, Mike Awesome takes his own life.
Yes.
Mike Awesome, what a force he could have been had he have been booked right. Because he literally had everything. He could do whatever you wanted.
He does a splash off at one point, doesn't he? And he just gets he just looks.
I used to do it all the time, the Awesome Splash. And when he stayed on the top rope and didn't fall off, he always used to hit that. He'd have it because they used to always comment on it on ECW back in the day, saying they would never mention Undertaker or Hulk Hogan or anything, and say you won't have guys hit 300-pound doing dives and things like that, like you have got here and stuff like that. He used to always comment on that, but no, Mike Awesome, Jesus. I think Bischoff got to turn the back because he probably still owes Mike Awesome money.
Probably.
Because he did have a 7-figure contract there.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
At WCW.
Yeah, the whole War guys were turning their back on Awesome in his entrance. The whole War guys.
Yeah.
And I love Mike Awesome's music as well. Just pointing that out as well, where they're just singing like his name and then just listing his moves that he does. Awesome bomb, awesome splash. Just keep going on like that, but to music, and I love that.
Speaking of the awesome bomb off the apron through the fucking table.
There's so many spots in this match. There's so many spots in this match.
Jesus.
That's one of them.
But the table leg could have quite easily just gone through Tanaka from where he went through.
Yeah.
It could have just pierced right through him. That's brutal. That is
the angle he landed on as well. It's just unnatural.
Right on his neck as well.
Doesn't Foley say on commentary though, as somebody who's been through a number of tables, that's not the part you want to go through.
Yeah. And it doesn't go through it properly either.
It just explodes beneath him. It literally explodes beneath him.
Yeah, like you said, the angle. I clocked that when he's like driving him down. It's like he's got the top of his spine.
Yes.
Edge like that.
It goes through the
and
bottom of the table as well. It doesn't go through the middle.
This match, Awesome gets like about 3 severe injuries. Because he does the clothesline on the outside, and then he's just grabbing his arm, and the rest of the match then he's doing left arm clotheslines. And then after the match and stuff like that as well, he's being helped out the back when he does that terrible power bomb on the referee, where he's grabbing his knee, where I think he's popped or something.
Yes, yeah.
Ropes die if he catches his foot on the rope and just fucking face plants.
Yeah, he goes straight down.
And pretty much headbutts Tanaka in the groin. It's like, oh, you nasty bastard.
So Tanaka takes chair shots as well, and just there, like.
I got my notes. The 3 chair shots.
3 chair shots.
Whack Tanaka twice. Tanaka
and
stops one. Bash.
They're not chair shots that Lance Storm throws. These are proper chair shots.
I don't know how you can carry on during a match like that, taking a chair shot. Your head just must be like fucking red fire.
But Tanaka was basically sort of the Japanese Taboo, wasn't he? You could see from his body. He just doesn't give a fuck. Like, sort of, he's just scarred to fuck all over his body.
Wasn't Tanaka a champion? Like,
he was,
year?
the
All Japan.
He won it from Awesome and then lost it to Awesome.
It was all Japan, wasn't it? All Japan.
I think it was. I think they mentioned it.
Or Noah, one of the
FMW.
2. Yeah, I knew he was a major champion last year. Beginning last year for the whole lockdown.
Last year, as in 2020.
Yeah, I'll find out. I'll get Google up. I'm pretty sure I've heard something.
Yeah.
Right, so what match was after this? What had to deliver?
No, Heyman after this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, it was.
Heyman promo.
God, Heyman.
That was well planned though, because nobody.
This is a legendary.
It's a promo that had been building in Heyman for about 15 years, I think. Just the way he just didn't hold anything back at all. It was just like sort of he'd wanted to say this shit to Bischoff face to face for years, I think, and I don't think any of it was scripted. I don't think Bischoff knew what was coming. He just wanted to say get shit off his chest. It was pretty. RVD's they were saying was a shoot promo. Heyman's was a fucking shoot promo where he just did not care. He was just like, I'm getting this shit off my chest. And just said everything that he wanted to say for a long time.
I like how he went. He came out to say thank you. He went, I was going to take the highway. Then Mick goes, don't take the highway, Mick. Then he goes, but I wanted to say something to you. Then the whole crowd started going nuts. And then I think he started at Bischoff first.
Yeah, he did.
And then it was Edge.
Then it was Edge. You went,
hide your wives.
It's I got 2 words for you.
Matt freaking Hardy.
I think that's Matt freaking Hardy. He spins out.
He was so proud of himself as well. I love that. It was like a little kid who had a shit in the toilet for the first time. He's like, I'm so proud now. It's like I got that off my chest.
I think because Edge spit all his beer out as well. They started going to the guys. That's 3 words. That's 3 words. Oh no!
I'd have loved it if he'd have done a shoot promo on Maven. There's no reason, just start staying into Maven or Rob Conway or just or Danny Basham, not Doug, just Danny Basham, one of them for no reason. I think that would.
Then he lays into JBL.
No, he goes, I'll see you. Oh, I almost forgot about you.
Mr. Shoot promo guy.
John Shoot promo. Doing the bouncing checks thing. But JBL played up to that again where he's doing the writing the checks and fucking
boing
all over.
Guys,
that was brilliant.
The only reason you was WWE champion for almost a year was because
Triple H didn't want
to work Tuesdays. Which is actually true.
Maybe Triple H is part of a religion where they're not meant to work Tuesdays. Which
I think because Triple H got drafted to SmackDown, didn't he?
And then got drafted straight back.
So it was a trade for, I think,
got the
Booker T
Steiner-
and
Yeah, for
Dudley.
3 people.
I know the
Booker
Dudleys
T
also
and Dudleys.
It was so
They got
fucking
like 3
dumb.
people for Triple H.
Yeah, Booker T and the Dudleys.
Yeah.
You got traded back for. Good
Like,
JBL was WWE champion for almost a year because Triple H did not want to work Tuesdays.
But again, I will say I love the JBL character.
Yeah.
I saw it on a live tour fucking when they first started testing the JBL character, and it got over so much where the fans just fucking hated him and just knew it was something special. And I love that character. That's why they've been saying the thing now about the Paul brothers and stuff. Him and Iron Sheik saying about the Paul brothers, saying basically they're just playing the biggest heels in the world at the moment because you want to see them get their ass kicked.
I don't mind Logan. I hate Jay.
I refuse.
Those Paul.
Those brothers, right?
Yeah.
Those brothers. We spoke about them brothers before, haven't
So
we?
who the fuck are these Paul brothers?
What's next?
You got the Dudley Boys with
Event
Sandman. Well, yeah, Dudley Boys versus Tommy Dreamer and Sandman. Music galore is all fucked up in this as well. The Dudley Boys come out of the WWF music, which I think is right. But Tommy Dreamer's music sounds a bit fucked. Sandman music is absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
So they just dubbed over loads of fucking shit because they've lost the license.
With
to
Sandman's
Sandman.
entrance, though.
It just goes to show as well, Triple H isn't that good friends with Metallica. Where they won't enter Sandman. Because I remember watching it live and he did come out and went to Sandman.
Yeah, he did.
I know that for a fact he come out of that. But you cannot find a recording of it anyway. Even on YouTube, nothing. You can't find it. The entrance with Enter Sandman.
Before Triple H was boss, wasn't
it? So you got Sandman in the crowd with a kendo stick, with a fag in his hand, with a beer can in his hand, drinking beer. The fans are hitting themselves with his fucking kendo stick.
There's a guy up inside. Right. I can't find a pair of jeans which will hold an iPhone. That man's got a pair of trousers on that has got about 8 or 9 beers in it.
Yes. Yeah.
What's going on there?
They're those 330 milliliter cans of light beer anyway. So fuck, it's expected in those jeans.
Well, as I said, I can't. Where do you get those trousers from with them kind of pockets?
When I first watched this entrance, the music got me at first. Thought, the music don't sound right. Then I saw a fan hit himself in the head with a candlestick. I'm thinking, okay, this entrance is pretty good. Then he's going all over thing. I'm thinking, Sandman's pretty darn sick right now. So I did forget about music quite quick.
It was at this point where Bex chirped up during the Sandman's entrance, and she's watching it, and she's looking, and it kept showing the SmackDown and Raw guys and stuff, and she kept saying to me, "Who's the black guy with his shirt off?" And I'm saying, "There's not a black guy with his shirt off." I had to watch this entrance 3 times with her and point out. It was at that point where I said, "What you mean that?" Kurt Angle. Like, my God, how much fake tan has that man got on during this? Because like I say, she's not a wrestling fan, but she knows wrestling. And one of our cats loved Kurt Angle. God rest her soul. But she loved Kurt Angle. Anytime Kurt Angle was on TV, she'd go up by the TV. So she knows him. And when I pointed that out, she just started pissing herself laughing.
About the shirt, people, the whole show as well. I remember that original SmackDown promo, Kurt Angle put his shirt up and like that, the whole ECW crowd with the shirt.
But from that moment, I couldn't stop thinking about how much fake tan Kurt Angle was wearing.
Yes, he is pretty damn tanned. There's CW Anderson's in the crowd as well. A couple of girls are in the crowd.
Tommy and Sandman drink beer off the
boobs, yes.
Yeah.
Chris Chetty's in the crowd.
I'm assuming they're planned because otherwise that's sexual assault.
It was a different time. They can get away with it back then.
Like, I'm guessing they know them. Well, what? Because
I know. It can't. I mean, there was a woman in the Attitude Era who flashed themselves in front of Triple H and all that in '97.
The X thing, that wasn't it? I think. That was probably a plant as well.
That was a plan. Definitely a plan, that one. So this match doesn't even start properly because the BWO decide interrupt.
This is what I said earlier on, is they had about 10 other people who they had to get spots in for.
Yes.
So it's like, that's BWO. And I love the BWO. I love Stevie Richards in that. And
Big
Love
Stevie Cool.
my
Love
spirit
Stevie Richards.
because I've got the same physique.
Not anymore. He's slimmed down a lot. Fucking
But I'm still carrying that on. So
homage to the Blue Meanie.
And Nova. I love the fact as well with the whole Nova thing is where Joey Styles even alludes to the site. Was it Simon
Dean?
Simon Dean with the Simon system or something like that, wasn't
Yeah.
it? He used to be on the. Because Nova was good, by the way.
Yeah, Nova was awesome. He's innovative.
Nova was like 2 years ahead of Canyon when it come to innovating fucking moves.
Didn't see that in WWE. Fucking hell.
Nova and ECW.
You don't see a lot of things in WWE.
You watch Nova's ECW matches, the moves he created were unreal.
That's fucking insane.
And then Canyon took over from that in WCW, where they would just come out with moves that, and then everyone was doing them like sort of weeks later and everything because they were so good.
So then
Hollywood Nova.
you get a big brawl. Sandman gets kicked in the face by Stevie. Kid Cash comes out. Kid Cash.
That was
Hell of a dive. Dive.
The botch of the thing where he's meant to be thrown over the top rope and just drop him over the top rope.
Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten come out with chairs.
One of Newcastle's second finest wrestler.
What?
Axel Rotten's originally from Newcastle.
Is he really?
Really?
If you watch ECW 95, he's always announced as from Newcastle, England.
Holy shit. I did not know. Fucking hell. Benwell's own Axel Rotten.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine he'd had many a night in the Dog and Parrot.
Say yes. 3 balls heads.
I imagine Brighton's finest wrestler's not even from Brighton. He's just the first Riptide champion.
So, Kid Cash does the flip dive on all of them. The match.
Chair shots, man.
There's chair shots all over the place. Bins, ladders. Then it just gets into the match. Cheese grater.
Balls and Axel fucked up with chair shots.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I think I might know the spot where he just cringed at is when the cheese grater.
Yeah, cheese grater across the face.
I love the cheese grater spot because they do the cross cheese grater thing first, don't they, as well?
See, by the way, with cheese grater, reminds me of that match he had with Mr. Anderson in TNA. Or I think is it Mr. Anderson or Biss? I think it might be the Biss actually.
That was when Biss got a gym membership. That one as well.
Yeah, I think
it was like
Biss hit him with a cheese grater to the nuts.
He'd fucking got himself into some sort of shape.
Yeah, I think Biss hit him with the cheese grater to the nuts, and I think Buddy's went, "Ah, my nuts!"
Yeah.
Because it gave Bubba, I think, when he first started, he wasn't meant to be a wrestler, and I think he was about 400 pounds when he first started as the Dudley.
Wow.
He was massive.
That's the size of Big Dick Dudley.
Bit like Big Boss Man when Big Boss Man started.
It was short and wide.
Fat.
Yeah.
When W first started, Bully Ray was very. Big Dick Dudley was tall and wide.
Honestly, I haven't seen very much ECW.
From the video packages when they showed Bubba when he had the stutter. Oh, that was brilliant. Let's get ready to brilliant. I know you shouldn't mock and apologies to anyone who has a stutter, but it was quite funny at the time.
Eventually, little Spike Dudley comes along with some lighter fluid. Everyone's busted open. They empty the fucking 2 cans of lighter fluid on a table, set the table on fire, put powerbomb Tommy Dreamer through the fucking table.
Even like Sam, even Stars goes, "Not Tommy, no."
He takes it like a fucking champ.
I tell you what,
he sold it like a champ.
Well, where Devon takes it exactly the same, the spot as exactly as Tommy takes it, and it's the bit with the stop sign and the chair.
Oh yes.
And Devon's doing exactly the same as what Tommy did when he's been set on fire with the Devon body shake thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And that,
So,
even
McGinnis guy
that
comes
spot
out as
for
well.
me makes me cringe again because, like, oh, Jesus, that's going to sting.
Before that, you got Buda coming out as well.
Beulah comes out, helps. There's two women come out, Beulah and
Francine.
Francine. Yeah.
You got to get the whole
DDT
Joe
spot.
Styles. Cat fight! Cat fight!
Bloody pervert.
So at the end of the match, Sandman...
Doesn't he mention his wife's 25th birthday as well?
Yes, he does. 25th. I'm like, did I hear that right?
I'm just getting this now. It's like, I'm in my 40s, but I've got a 25-year-old wife, bitches.
Cash back.
Stop.
Back of the net.
This is the quote of the night where he says, Al Snow brought head. We all love head.
We all love head.
So I don't get it much anymore. That was Joey Styles' quote of the night.
It's a tremendous quote.
Anyway, continue.
Austin comes out after friggin' Sandman screaming for a beer.
And my God, how much does Austin hate Sandman? He's just like, get
Stole
the
my
fuck
gimmick.
away from me. I'm getting you a beer. Chill the fuck out. I'm doing my bit first. And it gets to the point, I think, after Austin's doing it, he finally starts handing out beer. Austin's like, here's your fucking beer, you prick.
I think what I like about it is like ECW kind of loved when Austin came out.
The fucking pop.
Care.
The pop.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Shit.
It was the WWE Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
They did not give a crap.
No, they didn't care.
It was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. There's the Austin pop.
He came out doing a whole that.
Yeah.
They did not care.
They
what
fucking loved him.
with WWE Austin as well is he only knew WWE wrestlers' moves. If you watch it back, he's saying to the Dudleys, hit 3D. Then it's like Benoit do a diving head.
Yes, he does.
Ray,
He did a 619.
You.
Yeah. No one else.
All the other guys must be stood there going,
To be fair though, to be
what about
fair
the
to Austin though, he knew the crowd wouldn't care because they're doing it to Eric Bischoff.
No, they still booed the 619.
Yes, they did. They still booed it.
The 619.
Poor Ray couldn't catch a break in this.
Not even to Eric Bischoff.
Eric
Eric Bischoff's probably the most hated guy in ECW. And Ray still got booed for doing a 619 on him.
In an ECW t-shirt as well. They
He
still
couldn't
booed the
ingratiate.
fuck out of him.
So we get to the point where Austin offers out all the WWE guys down to the ring. If they don't come down to the ring, he's going to go out there and beat the shit out of them because all the ECW guys are in the ring. They eventually come down. JBL starts at one end of the ring and then slowly makes his way up to the other end of the ring where the Blue Meanie is. For some reason, you can see it. You can see him sneaking his way up. And then for some reason he's got beef with Blue Meanie. And then when the brawl breaks out, actually you get Taz.
Get Taz, yeah.
Taz, yes.
Taz.
Taz.
With one
With one
Angles,
Z.
the look on Angle's face.
Yeah.
It's like he's still pissed about Rumble 2000 or something.
With
just
one
Angle's
Z,
got-
as opposed to Taz with 3 Z's, which is every fucking year commentating.
I think Angle
Fall
is still, I think Angle might still have a bit of PTSD from that Royal Rumble 2000.
That was intense, man. Angle looks, he was just literally like dead eyes and just staring at him like, you're mine. It was like, oh shit, he's still pissed he got taken
I
out.
think Angle's going like, all right, I've done a lot since then, but still, oh no, I'm in trouble.
So then the brawl starts.
I got to look good
Uh-huh.
because it's been a few years. I've won a lot, but oh no, Taz coming.
Oh no, I'm fucking you up.
Maybe that's why he was orange, to get on Taz's good side.
Must have been Orange 13. Yes.
Oh,
The
coffee orange.
So
I
the brawl.
think
The
it might
brawl
be
starts.
like
FTW Taz.
I think it's a guy.
JBL just beats the living shit out of Blue Meanie.
There's
Properly.
nothing else in that brawl that matters other than
nothing
JBL beating the shit out of fucking. It's like you can see some of the WWE guys where they'll take 2 punches and then
They're still going,
fuck it, I'm
but
done.
you see JBL going,
JBL's
Fucking
actually
raining fucking
ragdolls him.
haymakers down on him.
Yeah, he's ragdolling fucking Blue Meanie, and Blue Meanie's like 200 pounds heavier than he is. Then people have to pull them apart. Blue Meanie's in the corner just dead. He's
blood all down his
It's a
face.
fucking mess. Everyone's just, it's a fucking mass brawl. And then they get Bischoff in the ring after the ring clears. Austin tells Foley to get Bischoff by the scruff of his neck and drag him to the ring.
And how much could his mates not give a fuck about him? Because there's at least 10 of them walk past.
They walk past.
Just don't give a fuck. It's like, nah, I can't be arsed. Sorry, Eric. Sorry, mate.
I think that's what
He's just
Bischoff.
stood there, and Foley's say like, oh, you try, you little bugger. Ooh. And they're all like, oh, shit.
I think they're probably like, well, I got paid to be here to fight off. I lost. Unlucky, Eric. You do it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember seeing Edge in the brawl.
No, I don't. I can't
A
remember.
lot of guys I don't remember in the brawl.
I think Regal got hit once and just left and just thought, fuck it. And just stood outside the ring.
JBL was too busy beating the shit out of Blue Meanie, bloodying him up. So Bishop takes a 3D, he takes an Air Canada, and then he takes a freaking 619, which gets booed. Then he takes a stunner as well.
No, but he's out unconscious on the ground, but he can still say fuck ECW.
Fuck ECW. Then he takes a stunner.
He goes like that, doesn't he?
It's like he's meant to be selling that he's unconscious, but it's like,
goes,
fuck ECW. It's like the worst sleep talker ever.
He got the heat though at the end of it, so
Yeah,
I know, but it sort of demeans what moves he's had done to him.
Yeah.
When he's there and he's lying on the ground, and he's still there going, fuck ECW, fuck yes. And then Austin hits him with a stunner, and then I've never seen so much beer wasted in all my life.
Oh god.
it makes me upset.
As somebody who likes a bevy now and then, it angers me to see how much fucking beer gets wasted.
I'm
Just drink it. Apart from Benoit, I will give it to Benoit. Benoit's there sipping it like a gentleman, like fucking.
Yeah.
Everyone else is pouring it down the neck trying to be Austin, and Benoit's there just like, oh, this is nice, isn't it?
Al Snow's feeding Head the beer as well, just like, oh no. Johnny Swinger's in there.
Yeah, Johnny Swinger. Still going to this day as well.
Yes.
I love the fact that Johnny
Swinger's
Swinger's
Palace.
still on TV.
Yes. Fucking hell.
Him and Simon Diamond, very underrated team.
Simon has a problem.
The whole beer wasted. Back to the whole beer wasted. I've just come from the pub and it just makes you upset. Watching all that beer gums like. Oh.
To be fair, it's American piss poor lager.
Yes, it is. It's shitty American.
I know, but still drink it.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, drink it. Don't pour
if I get a Foster's offered to me, I'll still drink it. I might not like it. I'll still drink it.
I'm not. If someone buys, I know what you're saying. If someone buys me a pint of Foster's in the bar, I'm not going to just pour it down there where I have the single mouth.
I'll still drink it. I'll still drink it. I may not like it. I'll still drink it.
But no, I was just trying to make you all feel better. But yeah, go on then. I was just trying to point out how shitty the beer was, and so you didn't feel bad.
No.
I'm not going to work, Nick. Not going to work, Nick.
Not going to work, Nick. Not going to work.
I tried.
Beer, we'll drink beer. We'll not waste it.
And then
it's bizarre that
despite the fact that the Austin clearly didn't like Sandman and his wanting of beer, the last thing we see on there is those two on the ramp together. And it's like, I think it's Sandman just lost trying to find the pisser.
Yeah, that's what it
and
is.
He's like, oh shit, I'm here. Oh, all right, Steve. Yay.
Or in a very piss poor attempt by WWE, they know damn well that they're going to be doing an ECW show at some point. This is a very lame attempt at them trying to get the passing of the torch.
So everyone always said Sandman was a like sort of a Wish version of Austin, wasn't it? Yeah, we'll go back to Wish again because we slagged him off when we done the spotlight episode. So fuck it, Sandman. is you wish fucking Austin.
That's the one. Yeah.
Sorry, wish.
When you order
I want
Austin,
Chinese gear.
I think it might have gone like this. Like Vince probably told Austin, "All right, we're gonna need you to have a drink with Sandman." Austin went, "Oh." Then went to Heyman with Sandman, and went Heyman with Sandman. Heyman went, "Oh, you gotta have a bit of Austin." Sandman went, "All right."
Because
One of them was like, one of them was really up to it. One of them was like,
to be the last thing on the show. To be the last image on the show, that's a big thing for Sandman, especially next to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's what I mean. That's what I think.
That's a career-making thing for him. It's like sort of, what did you do in your career? Well, I saw out fucking probably one of the greatest pay-per-views WWE's ever done, and I was the last image with Austin.
Yeah. That's what made me think that they were trying to sort of plant that seed, so if they did ever need him. But then unfortunately, he kind of got in the ring, and then you're like, oh yeah, shit, it's Sandman.
Right, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Where the fuck was New Jack?
New Jack would have stabbed somebody.
Exactly. Where the fuck was New Jack?
Somebody owes New Jack money.
Imagine New Jack against Maven in that brawl.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, Maven. I know it sounds like I hate you. I respect your eyebrows. But imagine New Jack against Maven in that brawl. That would have been funny as fuck.
Mass transit all over again.
Yeah.
New Jack against any of them more people. Imagine New Jack against JBL. New Jack and JBL.
That main event, for how violent it was, they could have had New Jack come into that.
I don't think I wanted New Jack there. I don't think the UCW people wanted New Jack.
He would have killed JBL. He would have killed JBL.
But he's still.
I don't think he would kill. Actually, no. I don't think he would kill JBL. I think he killed Eric Bischoff, and that would be bad.
He would have seen what JBL did to Meanie. He would have got very protective, and he would have fucking killed JBL.
I think that's the reason why New Jack wasn't at that show.
Yeah, it's because New Jack's a fucking lunatic. But Jesus Christ.
I think if you do watch that Dark Side of the Ring episode,
I still maintain I reckon he probably got offered a chance to be there.
No chance. They touched him with the ball.
They wouldn't have asked him. They wouldn't have asked him.
He was an actor at that point.
I'll tell you who was missing. That could have made it so much better. Raven.
Yes. Yeah.
He was
wasn't he under contract?
He was in TNA at the time, wasn't he? Yeah.
What was it, Sabu in TNA at the time? And Rhino?
Sabu just went anyway.
I don't think so.
Not long term. They might have been on like a loose base kind of match per match agreement.
I think Sandman had that as well. Sandman had that because he popped up now and then in TNA and still does to this day, I think.
Yeah, but Raven was like the champion or had been involved in like story arcs. Raven was definitely tied in to just TNA kind of thing as opposed to like a free agent.
I think Raven would have been a better one to have in the next year when they've done the thing with Tommy Dreamer and Terry Funk teaming. I think had Raven have got involved in that match with Edge and Foley and done something with Dreamer and Funk, that would have worked better with Raven. That would have been a better use of him, I think, in ECW on the one night stand things.
I just think he wasn't there, to be fair. I just think he's the one guy that was missing.
I think the night before this show there was another ECW reunion.
Hardcore Heaven.
Hardcore Home.
Yeah, there was another one going on at the same about the same time.
That was in the ECW arena.
Yeah.
So I think
Styles worked both of them. Joey Styles worked both of them.
Yeah, probably. So, but right, we've wrapped up the actual pay-per-view. We've got that closing scene of Sandman holding hands with Austin. It's not as dramatic as it sounds. Thoughts, obviously, been years since we watched it. Probably touched upon it over the years. Watched it again recently. Still awesome. Still loving it.
As I said, beginning of the show, it is one of the three iconic pay-per-views that I know. It's Mania 17, Money Bank 2011, One Night Stand 2005. Before I carry on, if you saw me mark out just a minute ago, United just scored against Liverpool. So I apologise.
So we still all loving the pay-per-view. Even though it did have two questionable matches, which I kind of tend to forget about when I think.
I think that Ben Ross, Eddie, and Psychosis Ray didn't live up to the hype.
They're still good matches.
Yeah, still good match. Well, I'm not sure about Eddie and Ray. Psychosis and Ray, but I think that was really slow for a luchador match. It's sort of like Psychosis and Ray was a match that got built up so much and undelivered. It sort of reminded me of the AJ Shinsuke match in Mania. It was just a massive built-up match. People give it so much hype, and it was just a bit. It was good if you didn't hype. It was really good if you didn't hype it up so much.
Yeah.
I remember that AJ Shinsuke match. Looking back at the AJ Shinsuke match now, I think it's a really good match if you didn't hype it up so much. But you hyped it up so much, it wasn't that good up to the standards. And that's the same with the Ray Psychosis match for me.
Yeah. So it's definitely, well, myself and James can agree it's a very, very special pay-per-view. Mr. Palmer, where does it rank?
It's better than the following One Night Stand 2006, because that is just like 99% WWE guys, and it isn't. It's the dilution of ECW, the beginning of the dilution.
Great main event. Great main event.
The main event's good. The crowd reaction to Cena in that is absolutely spot on as well. They absolutely kill him, throwing his t-shirt back and all that shit. I like that, but this one's a true ECW tribute. Yes, it's got the ECW feel. It's what ECW should have been if they had brought it back and let just get Vince out of it and say, look, that's what we want to do. We want to keep it in arenas like this. We want to keep it as this kind of feel. But no, they had it in big arenas. But then they kind of they brought NXT after the game show era, like ECW in small arenas. So it's like they could have done that in the first place.
I think the issue with WWE ECW was it was before SmackDown but it was before SmackDown's tape. It was
treated like a dark.
I think it was after SmackDown, so the crowd always seemed to be like.
I thought it was before SmackDown.
They always seemed really tired to me, the ECW crowd on that. So I always thought it was after SmackDown and probably after main event as well, or Superstars or whatever it was at that time as well. It was probably the last thing that they put out.
With main event, that's always before War. Main event's before War. I know. I've been to a War. Main event was first. I watched Big Show versus Tyler Breeze.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's an episode within itself for the future.
Hey, Ali and Mick Show had a great match in main event.
Dude, I'm not even starting on that now because I need to get gone soon and I'll be talking for ages about that because it's pissing me off.
Yeah, just quick though. I thought Ali needed knee surgery before Mania. I didn't know Ali was still around. I thought he needed knee surgery.
Dude's tearing it up, man, against Ricochet. Mr. Mick, One Night Stands, one of your top favourites, special pay-per-views?
It's one I'd always go back and sort of watch myself, or if people ask me sort of what are top pay-per-views to go and watch, it's one I'd always say for people to go back and watch. It should for me personally have been what the title said is a one night thing. I don't think they needed to have so much WWE, even at that point, dilution with Eddie Guerrero, with Benoit, with Rey Mysterio and stuff, because for me, they were in there, but they were never sort of big names to do with it and stuff like that. Even Jericho is sort of, okay, he was TV champ, but never really done anything like that. With the amount of people who they had coming out during matches and stuff, I think they could have sold the pay-per-view where have a few of them in the matches instead of having guys who were under regular WWE contracts. Don't get me wrong, I'm fully behind the main event. The main event, I think, was a perfect way to do it, and even them fist bumping each other and stuff. But no, it should have remained just as a one-night thing. I don't think they needed to bring ECW back. They didn't need to do the next One Night Stand. I think it still goes now as under something else, Extreme Rules, which when I think it changed to Extreme Rules, it was still Extreme Rules One Night Stand and stuff. Just keep it as that one thing, and I don't think that the legacy would have been tarnished.
Damn right.
I agree with all them points, but the Benoit Eddie match.
Yeah,
I think they decided on commentary. The one match Paul Heyman really wanted to do was Benoit Eddie, and he never got an opportunity. The match might not have lived up to the height that it's supposed to, but that was the match Paul Heyman desperately wanted to do when it was original ECW.
That match as well, because I think he was still technically he was under contract, and I think he was still technically wrestling. It's Chuck D. Malenko in there as well as a final farewell for him and stuff. Have his threat match, because D. Malenko was part of the triple threat, which for me was bigger than anything that Benoit and Eddie done in ECW, because the triple threat was basically their main faction and stuff for a long time.
But like, back to my point though, like the one match Paul Heyman wanted to do was Benoit Eddie. He never got that opportunity, and this is the only opportunity he got to do it.
But do you think did you not think now he looks back and regrets that match because of how it turned out?
He might not regret it. I think more be Benoit Eddie that regrets it, not Paul Heyman.
Because in hindsight, in it, you get the chance to book those two in a match, you take that chance to book those two. In a match.
Yeah, you would. But it's quite unfortunate circumstances about both Benoit and Eddie. Yeah. Obviously, Benoit was in the company the next year, but Eddie obviously passed. But I
did feel sorry for Ray and Psychosis, because those two, even watching them, they had the feud of the year in '95, I think it was, in ECW, and they were fantastic together in WCW. Like every match they had in WCW, but the fans decided at that point straight away they weren't going to give it a chance or anything like that because of the whole Rey Mysterio thing. And I did feel bad.
I think it's more they expected flippy shit and they got sleeper holds.
That could have been it, yeah, because they made a point about Psychosis slowing it down as well, kind of thing. Yeah, because the crowd went freaking Chernobyl when he put that.
They probably thought, we're going to get Lucha Libre. And then Psychosis put a sleeper. I think, this is the match we're going to get. Oh, no.
So,
but no, still for me, a fantastic show, and I would recommend anybody to watch it. Don't care about what's being said. Well, not don't care, but if you're bothered about what's come out now medically and stuff regarding chair shots to the head and stuff, don't watch it.
Don't watch. And Mike Awesome as well.
And of ECW and stuff like that, and you want to go back and you wanted something more recent, which is a reminiscence, then definitely watch it, because despite some of the matches which you didn't like, there's a lot in there that you are going to like as well.
Matches I didn't like, I still thought was good.
No, they were good matches, but if you're going in there purely because you're an ECW fan, you want to see that the ECW.
Yeah, don't watch the Ray Psychosis match if you loved ECW back in the day, because you will get not what you asked.
Yeah.
Right, I'm calling an audible because we are nearly at an hour and 30 minutes, and I need a drink. So I am going to, for that very professional reason, I think we can all agree, basically, we've all enjoyed it. Awesome
special pay-per-view.
Absolutely spot on. So you guys want to plug your socials and do and tell people where they can show you some love or hurl abuse at you?
I am at Yardi316 on Twitter. I'm still banned on Facebook.
Legend.
Yardi316 just got banned on Facebook again.
I'm Mr. Mick Eagle on Twitter and Instagram. Mick Connolly on Facebook because I'm not banned. And yeah, I'm on there. So if you want to listen to me spout shit on random things, then take pictures of me cats on Insta. Hey.
I'm not sure to plug my Facebook, not to plug my Twitter, because I'm changing my name soon, because I've got to change it still, and I haven't done that yet. And I'm not sure when this is getting uploaded, so I'm like...
we'll put it
at the moment, my name is Hardcam James on Twitter. It will be changed.
Hardcam's dead.
I know it is, but I haven't had time to change my name on Twitter.
If people search you under hard as well, I'd hate to think what else comes up. Just hard.
Yeah, just be after my name's changed as well. They'll see different stuff, and
if you're good in there hard,
it comes out. But
I'm going to watch that instead.
hard C. Like, whoa! No, don't put O next, God's sake.
If ever you've been prompted to change it now.
No.
Like, Nick, how good are you at editing? So if I say Hardcam James, will my new name pop up on the screen?
Nope. I'll put it in the description for you.
Oh,
No,
good.
they're going to look for hard cams.
I'll just say this. My new Twitter will be in the description. That's what I'll say.
Just put it in James Hardcam. It's probably going to be less fucking...
We'll put it in the description. And all of these guys are reachable on the Facebook page as well. If you look on Facebook at Work the Left Side, you'll find it. They're all three of them on there. They'll start randomly posting shit.
Are we going to say what? Are we going to do a fan vote for the next one or something like that? Or
yeah, kind of do a bit closer to the time. We'll run a poll or something.
As opposed to this one where we decided on this one there, fuck them.
Yeah, because James said, got to start with one of the big ones. Start with this. So it's like, yeah, it was a good shout. To be fair, credit where it's due. Anybody else comes up with great ideas. And to be fair, I'm stepping back anyway, so you three can fucking decide what you want to do for the next one.
Oh, fuck them then.
God, we've got to give him creative control. Time to get Kevin Nash on all this.
But yeah, you can't find me on Twitter. I'm still currently suspended, so look us up on YouTube.
Are you still banned?
Dude, yeah, I'm still suspended.
Just because you got... Oh, no.
Yeah, some idiot. And yeah, I've got to stop saying the C word on Twitter. Apparently, every time I use it, I get banned. I'm like...
Yeah, I got away with it loads. When you
got away with it loads as well.
I said it a few times and nothing happened.
Well, every time I say it, I get freaking... Well, I'm put in jail and now I'm suspended. So, there you go. Right. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to end on that. That is going to be the C-bomb to end the episode. And guys, thank you so much. We will be back soon with the next retro pay-per-view. And yeah, we're out. Namaste. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.